Welcome to the Women Lighthouse podcast, your friendly guide through all the ups and downs of life. We're here to remind you that every woman has the strength to take charge of her journey and make her dreams come true. Each week, we'll share heartwarming stories and helpful tips from amazing women who have faced their own challenges and come out stronger. Tune in, get inspired, and let's start this exciting journey towards achieving your dreams together. The Women Lighthouse, your guide to a brighter tomorrow. Hello, you're welcome to today's episode of the Women Lighthouse podcast. It's great to have you tune in on the show today. So today we'll be concluding our two-part series on childhood obesity. In our last episode, I shared with you certain things that we do as women and as mothers that could predispose or put our children at risk of developing childhood obesity. And today we'll be talking about the other side of the coin, and we'll basically be talking about 10 things or 10 ways in which you can promote physical activity and a more active lifestyle in your children. In our world today, so many things encourage a sedentary lifestyle. Right from most times, you hardly move to one location without having to enter a vehicle. Even if you're using public transport, you're not walking. In our parents' days, you are basically walking to school, walking to church, walking to the markets, like just moving around. And last episode, I asked that if you were to track your child's step count in a day, what do you think it would look like? Because so many things around us have been modernized that we are not physically active. The child goes to school and the child is seated. The only time the child may get up is during extracurricular activities, which are not guaranteed is going to be a physical activity, or during break time, of which the child is eating, most times would be seated. So the World Health Organization recommends that children aged 5 to 17 years get at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity each day. And the activity can be broken down into shorter sessions. It doesn't mean that 1 hour straight. But by the time you add it up, your child should have had up to 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity. And what does moderate to vigorous physical activity mean? It could be walking, it could be biking, it could be running, it could be swimming, it could be dancing, it could be jumping. So just the aim is to get your child moving for at least 1 hour in a day. So the question is, what can we do as mothers to achieve this World Health Organization recommendation? So the first thing you can do is be a role model. Begin with yourself. Ask yourself, how physically active are you? Because most times we want to parent from instructions and not necessarily by exemplary living. So imagine if you as a parent, you initiate certain things, you move around, let's go on a walk. You follow your kids outside to play, of which it is doable. It just requires determination. And remember, it doesn't have to be for 1 hour. It can be for 10 minutes, it can be for 15 minutes. Then the other 45 minutes, you allow them do other things that can make them achieve that 60 minutes in a day. So begin with yourself. Determine that you would be more physically active just in case you are not. And carry your kids along with whatever physical activity you are doing. The next thing you need to do is to make exercise fun. You don't have to say, it's time to exercise. Let's go and exercise now. Okay, the time starts now. In the next 1 hour, you will stop. No. Create games. Just like how my son will say, tag. They're always running up and down, tags. Try to create hide and seek, tag, competitions. Just do things. Make exercise fun for them and creative. It doesn't have to look like, in quotes, exercise. The third thing you need to do to make your child more physically active is encourage outdoor play. I talked about outdoor play in our last episode. Limit screen time and encourage your kids to go outside. Encourage them, and that encouragement requires that at some point, if you don't have someone to supervise them, you have to be available to supervise them. Remember, it doesn't have to be every day, but it has to be more days than not. So encourage them to go on outdoor play, go outside, and all that. The next thing you can do is enroll your child in a sporting activity. Like last year, I enrolled my son in swimming. We had like a 3 month swimming class. It's a good form of exercise. Yes, it was only twice in a week, but it was something he looked forward to. And every now and then, now that at least he can survive in water, we go to swim. So it's important that, and it helps with accountability. You understand? Because if you don't put your money to it sometimes, you may not have that motivation. But when you know you've already tied down your money somewhere, you have to reap the fruits of that money that you have invested. So that's the beauty about signing up your child in sporting activities or like swimming, dance classes, or anything that they are interested in, basically, that would keep them physically active. The fifth thing is take family walks. It's important. Every now and then, you can go on a morning walk, go on an evening walk. It doesn't have to be every day, but let it be a regular family tradition. I know I did a YouTube video. I'll tag it about the importance of building family traditions. Imagine if you can make this a family tradition. Just go on a morning walk. It's an opportunity to explore. It's an opportunity to bond without distractions. And it's also an opportunity to meet up the World Health Organization requirements of 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous activities. The sixth thing you need to do is use active toys and equipment. If you're going to take your child somewhere or even within the house, if it's possible, certain things, trampoline, jump ropes like skipping, balls to move around. You know, when you have those things, it helps. You're not just giving them these toys that they just move. Even some toys like cars, bikes, that would keep them moving, not keep them stagnant. You understand? So if you want to buy gifts for your kids, buy gifts that they will encourage them to be more physically active and will engage them. Then do chores together. I mentioned this in our last episode. Do chores together. You know, sometimes as moms, we want our own space. We want to breathe. Kids make things so messy. So doing chores with them, rather than making your work easier, most likely it would make your work more difficult and tedious. But when you look at the end results, like I'm teaching my son to sweep. So by the time I tell him, go and bring broom and packer, he will go upstairs, downstairs. Oh yeah, bend down, sweep like this. He's moving. You understand? It may be more tedious to teach him to do those things, but there's a goal, and that's what I want to achieve. So do chores together. Make it fun also for them. Let them enjoy the process and be patient with them while they do it. Also plan activities outdoor. Like I have a group of friends, my friends, regularly, at least we try once in a month to meet. We could, and also I'm part of like a homeschool group, so we have monthly field trips. So those things get us going outdoor. We visit the park, we visit the amusement park or the zoo. We just go out, we go around, they see other kids, they play with other kids. So this is other than school, because most times in school, in all honesty, these kids are not as active as they should be. So if you organize regular outings, it doesn't even have to be paid visit. You can just go out to a free park that you don't have to pay. Let them just play around. Organize it with a group of your friends, like a picnic kind of thing, and let the kids just play. Let them just play with themselves. So it doesn't have to be like a paid thing that would be expensive. Then the ninth thing you need to do is encourage friendly competitions. There's this thing my husband did during Christmas. In fact, it was so creative. It was like an inter-house sport kind of thing. So my auntie and her kids came around and we're like, okay, we're going to have a competition. He went, he bought whistle. And we went to, there's this playground in the estate we stay in. So we just went there, both the kids and we, the adults. And he was the coach and was just telling us to do different things. He went, he bought biscuits, he bought sweets, and he would say, run from here to here, or he blindfold us and say, locate the ball. Then there was another one that was like this monkey bar. So we the adults, we should try to hang on the monkey bar and they will count for us. So the person that stays on the monkey bar longer is the winner. That kind of creative competition. So when you do it, when it's like a family thing, it's not just for the kids, oh, go outside and play, and the parents are not involved. When they see you involved, the motivation is there. And the truth is, at the end, it helps you, the parents, or for your fitness, in all honesty. So, and the last thing is to limit a sedentary lifestyle through reducing screen time. So it's really important. This screen time of a thing is a problem. I don't even know whether it is more of a con than a pro, in all honesty, with the way we are handling it. And the truth is, most times as parents, we are the ones that indulge our kids. We are the ones that buy tablets for them. When I imagine a 6-month-old having a tablet, please, for what? Even a 2-year having a tablet, in my opinion, is not necessary, in my opinion. But even if you have to give your child a tablet at that age, it should be strictly controlled. You go to church, instead of the child to be moving around because you want the child to be quiet, you give the child phone or tablet. You go for an event, instead of the child to move around and socialize, the child is stuck on the tablet. Even in the car, the child is stuck on the tablet. In the house, the child is stuck on it. So it's really not good. There is I'll link it in I'll link the video. We had a webinar sometime last year on screen time versus no screen time, the pros and the cons of screen time for children. So please, as mothers, it's important for us to regulate screen time for our kids. So these are the 10 things that you can do to be able to promote a more active lifestyle for your children, and in the long run reduce their risk of developing obesity or other illnesses that may arise from this, such as diabetes or hypertension. Trust me, it is real. You don't have to be old before you have hypertension or diabetes, so especially if there's a family history. So I would love to hear your thoughts. What are some other things that you think I've not highlighted that we could also do to promote more active lifestyles in our children? Please share it down in the comment section and let me know what you think. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Women Lighthouse podcast. We really hope today's episode has given you some great tools, resources, and a boost of confidence to take charge of your journey. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. You can also follow us on our social media handle for even more tips and a wonderful community that's all about supporting your growth. Join us next time for more uplifting stories and encouraging insights. Until we meet again, keep shining bright, stay inspired, and embrace your unique path to a better tomorrow.